we're awaiting more pictures, more details perhaps, and hopefully we'll also get a video of the Prime Minister's interaction with our personnel. We're just putting out these visuals, and you can see there these are live visuals from Leh. We'll just get you more details shortly of the exact location, but that is the chopper. I suspect the Prime Minister is inside, so he must be travelling to the next location where he will also be getting off. Okay, these are visuals that we're getting to you right now. Delayed visuals really of the Prime Minister there. You can see with him the Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat, as well as the Army Chief. These are visuals also that we're getting you at this point of the Prime Minister present there along with several other senior personnel. Looks like there's a debriefing that's really happening where the Prime Minister is getting a sense of the situation on the ground along the line of actual control. They seem to be explaining it on some sort of a chart to the Prime Minister. We'll cut those visuals for you and get it for you in just a bit to really explain exactly what we know with regards to the Prime Minister's visit so far. He's been to Nimmu. It's expected that after this he could also be visiting those who were injured in the Galwan clash. But at this point, there's no confirmation on whether he's moved from Nimmu or whether he's still there. Those are the visuals that we have currently of the Prime Minister. From Nimmu, you've got the CDS with him, you've got the Army Chief with him. This is the visual that came in of the Prime Minister also getting briefed on the situation there. What looks to be a chart, you've got senior personnel standing alongside him and breaking down exactly what the situation is, explaining it to him geographically as well as to where perhaps, what is happening at the line of actual control. This is the information that we also have, that the Prime Minister was there, interacted with senior personnel on the situation on the ground at this point. So while there's no doubt he was getting updates every single minute while seated in Delhi, whole difference that he is there personally on the ground to see geographically where we are, where personnel are deployed, what the situation is, and to essentially take stock of the situation. Beyond that, beyond of course the fact that the Prime Minister is taking stock of the situation, remember we've been talking about this and stressing about this, about the symbolism, the messaging involved in the Prime Minister's visit there, and the fact that he's already met with several personnel. He will be meeting with a lot more. And while, a detailed itinerary is not out yet, perhaps that is also because of security reasons, because this is something that I mentioned earlier as well. The Prime Minister's visit comes at a time when things haven't cooled down at the LAC. Things are still very much tense. Every single day you hear of some escalation of the other, and despite that, amid that, you've got the Prime Minister there to stand with our troops, to stand with senior personnel, get a briefing on what the situation is. And Gaurav, while the Prime Minister no doubt was getting real-time updates sitting in Delhi, he's chosen to be there. He's chosen to get a briefing from senior personnel on the ground to personally see geographically also where we stand.
Oh, absolutely. And when the Prime Minister lands in Leh at the airfield, now this is an airfield at 11,500 feet altitude, he'll be interacting with soldiers who are deployed there. Soldiers of the Jat Regiment, soldiers of the Bihar Regiment, soldiers of several other formations that are there, the helicopter pilots, the fighter pilots, and that is where, you notice a big difference in India's response compared to what happened in the past. When I specifically talk about Leh airfield, that's a message that goes out to the adversary that we are willing to use air power. When you notice that you have your Sukhoi 30s, your air dominance fighters, Sukhoi 30s as on date along with the Mirages are the most potent aircraft in the inventory of the Indian Air Force. Sukhoi 30s can take up to 10 tons of weapons, and with the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile which can hit a target 300 kilometers away in its upgraded form, perhaps 450 and 600 kilometers away in the times to come. You realize that your Sukhois, your Mirages, your MiG-29 air superiority fighters, they are the big air platforms that you've deployed in Ladakh already, along with the Chinook heavy lift transport helicopters, the Mi-17s that were already there, and the Apache attack helicopters. So what's the message? Whatever India has militarily is being deployed, is already deployed in Ladakh to protect the 840-kilometer long line of actual control from Chinese transgressions. And this is a message with the Prime Minister's presence there that will not be lost on Chinese commanders like General Zhao Zongqi